welcome to the Scratticus Academy. I am going to quickly chuck a load of links into the chat for you guys to check out, which is our Discord, YouTube, Twitter, etc. But otherwise, please check out our sponsors. One of them in the form of Bird in the Storm, where you can check out their merch, and also just they're all for charity as well, so definitely please go check them out. We are also sponsored by Mayhem Press, who created the Dark Matter Alpha, which you can check out on Completely Legitimate Business every Thursday. And they are coming back next season, but we have a new playset that they've given us that we're going to go through. So, without further ado, we'll hop around and we will say hi to our lovely, lovely people. And my Twitch hasn't loaded to tell me what order these beautiful faces are in. Hang on. There we go. Ash, Phoenix of 89, hello.
Hello, I am Ash, and I play Emet, the barbarian warforged, who has just gone over a waterfall. But luckily, they were fine, because...
You were flying?
Yes, exactly.
Let's say you were flying.
No.
Aren't you?
Yeah, it was,
She's thunderstepping.
That's what it was.
That's what you're doing.
I'm like, are we floating down, or we thunderstep down?
We thunderstep down.
Once again, Blue is in danger, and I'm pretty sure this tiny little robot boy is going to give this robot man a heart attack one day.
What's he done now? Awesome, thank you. Now we're going to hop over to Tall School. Hello.
Hi. How are you doing? I am Tall Squall, and I am playing Vesh Shindalari, and all the fun and exciting things that he gets himself into, having being a clumsy giant soul sorcerer.
Awesome, and he is the one that has caused this thunderstep on the way down. And last but certainly not least, Lauren, or that salty ginger.
Hello. I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. She, her pronouns. And I'm playing Tart, the changeling bard, who is definitely flying, but it doesn't really matter because she's going to go swimming in a second to find her NPC friend.
So you've literally, you can fly, and you have the walk on water.
Yeah.
This is like your ideal.
This is great. I'm so happy with the situation as it is right now, Alice.
Did you have... No, that's why I thought you were flying with Emet, because when he fell off the side of the boat.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking you're flying.
That's rad.
So, at the end of last episode, during a thunderstorm, Ivan lost control of the ship as it plummeted down and crashed into the trees, upturning on its side. Navi straight away plunged into the waters below and disappeared. And everyone's like, it's only Nevi, it doesn't matter, it's fine. Bye, Nevi. After seeing the others take a leap and jump in, River, I think, dived in rather happily, and she's disappeared beneath these waves as well. With Vesh and Emet jumping off together and thunderstepping, they're, I kind of want to say way to safety, but we don't know yet. Blue, thinking it's the right thing to do, just let go and followed suit, disappearing in the water as well. And Tart, I think, after sort of practicing with her guns and things like that, she's got her new water walking ring. She can fly, like literally she's sorted for any situation. What did we call the guns again?
Shebang.
Shebang, there we go. Of course. And Tyron, after Tart managed to hold on to him, their grasp slipped between each other and he disappeared over the side of the waterfall. So, this is where we find ourselves. Tart, what are you doing? Because you effectively have the most control here. You're hovering above this situation.
So Tart is moving the same kind of the direction of the current. she's super fast right now, and she is just looking for Tyron. Her plan is to kind of move faster than he would be, like get toward the edge of the waterfall so that she can scoop him up.
Okay.
Sees him.
Could you roll me a perception check, please?
Okay. 21.
On a 21, you see that hand grabbing. He's under the water, but you can see hands grabbing onto a rock and then losing it. Try to grab onto the next one as you go, getting closer and closer to the edge of this waterfall.
All right, she's going to fly through the air towards him. Probably not like that. Whatever makes her most aerodynamic. Superhero pose.
Superhero, yeah.
And she's going to head over there.
Awesome. Perfect. You can head over there and you can see Tyron getting closer and closer to the edge. In fact, he's about to fall over the edge, but he grabs hold of a rock. And you can see his legs hanging the other side. And he is yelling. It sounds like your name, but his mouth is like full of water and he's gargling. Could you make a sleight of hand check, please, as you get closer to this rock?
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. 25.
No matter what this current is doing, you grab hold of Tyron's hand. You manage to hold it tight as he's still hanging over the edge, but you've got him securely. He's like, oh my god, thank you, pull me up.
What do you think I am doing?
Thank you. And you can pull him, and as you pull him closer, you've got him to, and he just hugs you and he's like, okay, just so I hate heights, I don't like water, and he's freaking out, and he's like, got this, Tyron. And then you realize he's talking to himself. You've got this.
Yeah, you've got this. You've got it, buddy. You got it.
Okay. And he looks at you and says, where are the others?
I don't know.
Emet, Vesh, where are you? Because didn't you go over the edge?
That's a good
over
question.
the edge, and we're hanging out over the side, and then I just thunderstepped us 300 feet down, basically try to get to the bottom of it. So that's a teleport. And so depending on if there's a pool at the bottom, I know this goes underground. So either like on the edge of a hole that the waterfall goes through, whatever 300 feet gets us to, or if that gets us all the way into a cavern below ground or whatever.
300 foot will probably get you to the top of the cavern. This is a big old waterfall.
Okay.
And Hart, as you have grabbed Tyron, you see Vesh in Emet sort of going over towards the edge. And I guess in like a bang of like electricity and thunder, just disappear.
Yeah.
Over the edge.
They're probably fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I don't think I've done this for the party yet. So this would be a first.
There is no sign of blue at all. And there is no sign of Navi. I know we don't care about Navi that much, but I'm just telling you.
We care. We care.
How about Navi's bird?
Navi's bird you can see circling over the head of the waterfall, and it looks like it's almost following you guys down. And Vesh and Emet, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Yes. Where's Vesh? Come on, buddy. Let me see something. 21.
Both of you, on the way down, and particularly Vesh, you see something fall over this waterfall. You don't know exactly what it is, but the eagle seems to be circling around it.
Okay, this Vesh is just gonna start burning stuff. You have to tell me of timing, because this is on the 6th. You have to tell me whether I can do it or not. Vesh still has some sorcery points, which allows him to cast stuff as bonus actions. And I do have enough points. God, do I have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have 4? Do I have 4 spell slots? 1, 2. I have 3 spell slots. Okay. This is terrible. Wait. No, it's not terrible. Okay. Okay.
Thing is, I feel this is what Vesh is doing.
Vesh
on
is
the
totally
side right now, going, hang on.
Vesh is thunderstepping to whatever just fell over as a bonus action. So I'm going to spend 2 more sorcery points to do that.
Are you leaving Emet on the side?
Yes, I'm leaving Emet on the side. So, as I get there, do I feel, see, whatever? Because this thunder, when I appear, there is not a bubble of thunder, so never mind. It's only at the bottom. So, when I get to what I saw falling, do I grab Blue or do I grab Dude? I lost his name.
You see the eagle circling around, and as you reach in through, you literally reach in through this waterfall.
Yep.
You grab a crocodile. Your face. This crocodile does not snap at you. This crocodile does not freak out. It looks shocked, if anything.
Okay. Then as an action, I am going to cast Reduce on the crocodile and throw him to the bird.
Oh my God. You can do it. I need you to make either a sleight of hand or an athletics check to throw this now miniature.
Athletics, I'm good at that. Okay, yeah, Vesh is like, just, shrink and toss to the bird. Okay. On a 22.
On a 22, the eagle dives down. It's almost to meet your hand as you throw it and snatches it up in its beak. If a crocodile could look shocked, this is the face is pulling, like,
so
wide
I either
eyes.
saved Dude or just fed his bird. From where I am now, I'm assuming I'm starting to fall again.
You're starting to fall, and you can see the cavern below you, and you can see Emet off to the side, stood on the top of this
I'm
rock.
still trying to look for, because that was a level. Okay, so shrink, large, reduce is a level 2, which is fine. I'm good on level 2s. So I cast that. I cast a 3rd level to Thunderstep. Okay. Do I see Blue? Does Vesh see Blue as he's falling?
Can you roll me a perception check, please?
This is panicked Vesh. Come on. I want to do a reroll. Come on. If this is bad, then we're just going to leave it. 21.
As you throw this crocodile, it's like you turn back for a second, and above you, you just see this heavy crashing of Blue. He's hitting each rock on the way down. He doesn't seem to be taking, like, damage, and he doesn't look unhappy about it. Like, he's just falling.
Okay.
It met you see, you can't really see what Vesh is doing because he's effectively in the waterfall and seeing this. You just see Vesh, reach in, grab a crocodile, throw it out, and now he's still in the waterfall.
I'm falling down though, and it's gravity, so we're both falling at the same speed. So, but I'm good because I had 3 but not 4. So I am going to, I don't think there's any other way for me to fight a giant water. This is like Niagara Falls waterfall, right? There's no swimming up this.
Yeah.
So Vesh is going to thunderstep up to where he sees Blue with a huge giant explosion in the water, like depth charging in the water. And there goes the last 3rd level. Okay.
You can
And-
reach Blue with that.
And with my last 4th level, I thunderstep Blue back down to Emmet.
Okay.
And me and Emmet there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're effectively like as soon as you reach
I can take
Blue,
one person with me, yeah.
Yeah, Blue sees you and almost like cocoons himself around you out of panic that you're falling.
Yeah.
Now, Tart, as you're looking down on this, because you have full control, you have Tyron effectively holding on to him, and you see this scene where Emmet is dropped off, these explosions of these water, like the water is thrust outwards from this waterfall, and you see Vesh grab a crocodile, shrink a crocodile, and throw a crocodile, and then you see him emerge from this waterfall with Blue.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Cool.
do? This is
Cool.
fine.
Yep. Everything is A-okay. Tyron, close your eyes.
Is why? What are you gonna do? You
Don't answer it.
yeah, like what? Like, he's like, I don't like this. I'm just telling you, I don't like this. I trust you, but I don't like this.
Okie dokie. And we're going to fly down off the edge of the waterfall.
How are you doing this? Are you doing this like gently, like hovering down, or are you proper, like almost swan diving and flying down?
Like a backwards one.
A backwards one. Okay, then Tyron will scream the entire way down.
Great. Good. Right in my ear.
I don't like this. Like the entire.
It's good you're using your words.
And then it just becomes inaudible screams. Thank you, Nova, for the sub. And we have also reached 10 retweets. So Emmet 1, Tart 2, and Vesh 3. Let's roll this. That is not roll 20. There we go. 3. So could Vesh please roll me a treat? As you all stand now on this, it's almost like a cliff's edge, like a ridge. It's quite a thin ridge of black rock dripping wet. There's all this damp moss on the side, and you look down where this waterfall seems to just keep going into darkness, into this cavern. Ooh, 34.
Yeah, I'm assuming Vesh looking like a bedraggled cat with a completely probably engulfed by a blue. I looked to Emmet and go, I just tried to get something done. I don't know. If you had a plan, I'm sorry if I messed it up.
Your plan was better than mine. That was exciting.
Oh, hey guys.
She drift down.
That looks like a Baywatch model.
Yeah, it comes hardly wet, still
Yeah.
looks beautiful. Vesh with his bowl cut now, you know how bad a wet bowl cut looks.
It's like my current haircut. It's and Tyron is screaming the entire way. Even as you land, it takes him just a moment to stop as his feet touch the ground. He's like, and he sort of like moves your hand from his eyes. He's like, oh, that was good.
Oh, you want to go again?
No, I think we've got things to do.
So,
Where's the other one, Navi?
so does anyone know if he can turn into a crocodile? Because I pulled a crocodile out of the waterfall and threw it to his bird. So the bird's either very happy, or that was Navi, or I just shrunk Navi, and I sure hope he treated his bird good, because that could be bad too.
And Tyron's there, like mouth, like what? And Blue, you can actually hear Blue just like if it was a chuckle, you can hear it like almost vibrating, like in his chest.
Oh, and sure hope the bird understands how that spell works.
How long is the
A minute?
a minute? Oh god! Then actually,
Fortunately, fly is 10. So if I can see the bird, I will go.
you kind of see the bird, but before you see the bird, you see a crocodile shoot down past you into this cavern.
Oh! Like down?
Yeah, a fully enlarged crocodile, just like as you're standing, it crosses in front of all of you and just plummets into this cavern.
I didn't have a lot of time to make it.
Stay here. Hold on to Tyron. I'm gonna remove him from me.
Yeah, because he's clamped as you do, he like clamps onto the nearest person.
I'll be right back. Whee!
And you can jump or just like that again, fall backwards down into this cavern. And this crocodile you can see disappearing into the darkness. But you hear a splash.
Oh, that's good. Kind of.
You hear a splash in this darkness. And you hear movement. It doesn't seem to be dead.
Navi! Navi!
Like a hiss from a crocodile. And you don't think it's from like anything. It's not like it's an aggressive response. He's just not necessarily particularly happy about what's just happened.
You good, man? I'm gonna go follow him.
Yeah, you hear another hiss. But it seems okay as you make this descent. And on the way down, you can see it is dark, but your eyes are pretty much adjusting to it. And you can see where the waterfall stops in this huge, deep pool. And the pool, you can see the bottom. It is very deep. It's like it's lit from somewhere else, from like the holes in like these almost like cavern cave walls. And you see this man, you see Navi, like you can see the back end of his leg shifting back into human form as he gasps, as he puts his hand on the side of the pool, lifting himself up. His hair, all his beautiful hair now all in front of his face, his clothes drenched. And he pulls himself up and just and lays on his back on the side of the pool.
Cool, you seem fine.
Fine. I just got grabbed by that young boy, shrunk, flung, and then dropped again.
Yeah. You seem fine.
Yeah, okay, fine, I'm fine. Again, he lays back, just catching his breath.
I'll use prestidigitation and like start like drying him off a little. It's like a little fan.
Yeah, it's just this is close flap as like you dry him off. And he's like, thank you. That was a bit of a fall and gave my bird a little bit of a scare as well, I have to say. But in all fairness, quick thinking to your young friend, I think.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Tart is like ignoring him and looking around the cavern because we never decided if the temple was underground or if just the waterfall went underground. So she's just literally like looking around.
Yeah, you can look around, and as you do, this seems like a cave, just all hollowed out, but it looks to be hollowed out by man as well. It looks like maybe it started off as a natural formation, but you can see a couple of like passageways that are definitely dug. They've been chiseled away at and carved straight into the rock. And you can look up and you can see these vines hanging off. You can see like Imet, Blue, Vesh, and Tyron, who is clinging to Vesh, sort of look down at you, more almost like silhouettes, like figures, because they're so far up. And the water is sort of raining down on you very lightly now. It's almost like the spray of this waterfall.
Okay, well, maybe this is where we start. Okay, Navi, you stay here.
He's like just signaling for you to go.
If you see anything, just scream really loudly.
If I have any breath left, you'll hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna fly up.
Yeah. You actually do it. Start doing this.
Yep. Having a great day. Yes.
Yes, you can flap your way up.
Yep. Hi, guys.
How far down is it? Is the water deep?
There is a pool that you could kind of jump into and survive from here.
And that's where we need to go?
I think so. There are passageways through the caves that don't look like they just happened. So maybe the temple is underground, or at least the path to the temple.
I think Vesh, just because he's like, I did the thing. I did all this stuff and it's cool stuff. He's like, this is such like the worst player decision, but Vesh is totally doing it. I'm going to use, I go to, hey, Emmett, I bet your plan was great, but now you're a part of some of my plan too. And I pass and reduce on myself and reduce on Blue, and we jump up onto up onto Emmett and go, you only got a minute. Let's go.
Tyron freaks as you do this. He's like, what is happening? Please.
At that, Emmett runs and jumps.
Siren.
Again,
You're two boys. We're like kid size now compared to you.
Yeah, you've got a little baby Vesh and a little baby Blue.
Tyron, just get onto my back.
And again, he flushes red. He's okay. And
Would you rather get on my front?
No, I would not. And he's like, you can see him awkwardly like, how do you want me to do this? Like piggyback?
However you would be most comfortable, Tyron.
I'm not comfortable at all right now.
Do you want to jump then?
No. And immediately it's like he starts like climbing onto your back with legs and arms.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna go down.
And you can go down. You can see he feels a lot more calm now, but you can feel like his heart going like that. Woo, as he almost like lets go of you at one point. And you see Emmett, but like, Emmett, are you like proper diving or are you like bombing into this? Like legs tucked in and gone?
More like legs tucked in because I've got two small children, so it'd be kind of hard to do a proper dive with tiny little bodies in my arms.
Yeah. And you can plunge straight into this pool and you feel that rush of the water around you and your eyes blinking. You can see everything. You saw Navi on the way down just lying. He looked like he was passed out or something there. And you can see the little Blue like let go and start like heading up to the top and bobbing on the surface. And what's Vesh doing? Vesh
laughed like a kid in a candy store the whole time, like was whooping and hollering as we went over, and just had a grand old time of it. And when we splashed down like probably whatever, a 450-pound cannonball, well, plus our weight, he is just excited as heck and swims up to the top. And is Emmett swimming up?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Emmett will start to swim up.
I think in his excitement, as soon as Emmett gets up, almost kind of lost himself in the excitement and just like, that was the best. Thanks, Dad. And then realizes what he said. And Emmett, thanks.
That was really fun. And like taps Vesh awkwardly, but they're in water, so like because he no longer has like one arm to swim, starts to sink a little.
Probably about that time, bloop, Vesh and Blue end up back at their normal size.
Blue, you can see like before he goes back, it's almost like, when there's that moment where you think like what you were just in, Blue just comes up and just whacks his hand and splashes Vesh right in the face just to see what happens.
I splash back. Kids doing splashes.
And then you gradually go back to regular size. You can just hear Navi muttering to himself like, what did I get to myself? I should have stayed at the inn. They could have taken me. I'm sure being a mind slave would have been easier. Like, it's just muttering to himself.
Bigger Vesh means bigger splash. Vesh keeps splashing blue.
Yeah, yeah. Blue will keep going. He doesn't understand what the concept is, but he's going to keep doing it.
Emit does the
We
dad
start-
thing.
I
Flashes
look
them
at Blue.
both, take them bigger.
Just a
Oh, I was gonna say,
wave.
'cause about the time we look to you to start to splash you, I figure we'd like literally get washed up on shore. Right next to Navi, he catches the wave.
He gets wet again, and he's just like, as he sits up, like, and gets up and moves just slightly further away.
I thought crocodiles liked water.
I'm not a crocodile right now, boy. But thank you. Even if you did shrink me, throw me into the mouth of my birds, and then looks up, drop me.
Actually, your bird dropped you.
This is true, but I think he had the shock of his life on the way down.
Probably, but you know, just more reason to always treat your bird nice.
I always treat my bird nice. But honestly, thank you. That was impressive. I didn't scare you, did I?
What? As a crocodile?
Crocodile.
Well, you didn't like snap at me, and I didn't say it, but I mean, we are both Kalishtar, so maybe he could kind of feel his mind. I
Yeah.
kind of felt like it was you.
Oh, you weren't scared at all.
I was more scared about trying to find Blue, get you saved, than try to find Blue and then get us both saved, and then, yeah, all that.
You hear like, that enough. You can see he looks slightly disappointed that you weren't terrified of a crocodile.
Oh no, it was horrifying.
You don't have to lie to me. You're not
You
good.
actually were kind of cute as a little tiny crocodile.
I was not cute. As he saw it,
But
I
you
was
were.
not.
You got this little snaggle thing going on.
I do not have a snaggle thing going on. You can see him just like, like
Just as a crocodile.
That was some really good thinking.
Well, thank you. I was scared, and so I just started slinging everything I knew to do. Well, it might not have been smart for the rest of the day, though.
Yep, I want to take a very, very long rest, but I'm going to dry off first. So Tart, like, with the last of the fly spell, is gonna like whipper, like tumble through the air above the water and like shake off.
Is Tyrant still on you right now?
No, I dropped him off the baby.
just checking. And you can see as soon as like you drop Tyrant off, Navi's got this smile on his face and wanders over to him, and you can see Tyrant just like trying to edge away, if anything. And if you would like to rest here, you can. You do.
Oh my god, we have to rest. Lost 0 hit points. So many spell slots, guys. You guys, so many spell slots.
I literally have 3 first levels. That is it. That's all I have left.
Oh, you have less than
Everything else. I burned 3 second levels, 3 third levels, and 2 fourth levels.
I don't want to meta, but I recommend you rest.
I want to meta, and I recommend we rest.
Yes.
And you can see this is quite a large cavern, and you can see it growing darker outside, almost like dusk. You can see the golden light hitting one side of the cliff where you were originally standing. The water is obviously still falling. You can get that sort of that spray that you can feel when you're sort of in the entrance of the cavern, but you can go back towards the walls. And it's quite calm in here. You can't hear anything apart from the birds and like bugs, the water itself. You can hear the skimming of stones where Navi has started flicking a couple of the stones across the pool. But otherwise, it's pretty calm here.
I think River is probably okay because she is not down here. So she's probably fine. She probably
Strong swimmer.
yeah, she's probably okay.
And she can track us.
Yes, that's right.
I bet she probably comes the not fast way, but easy way.
She
Hmm.
finds the steps.
Oh, look.
Oh, that's so great. Cool.
And Tyron's looking up like, I hope Ivan's all right.
Oh, he was fine. He was like holding on to the ship with like one muscular arm.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like Ivan.
He was basically doing chin-ups.
Really?
Yeah, no, really.
Yeah. Like, it sort of like keeps looking up, like just having...
No, I know, it was very impressive.
Like from where you are, you can't see the top of the waterfall. You can see a little bit of sky where there's some birds flying over, some more of those parrots again, but it's a long old waterfall.
Okay, well, we can try to rest on the rock.
You can
I've
see
got, what do I
Navi
have?
takes his jacket off and starts rolling it up and just puts it down. And he's put his head down where this eagle has come and landed by him. And he seems to be in a bit of a grump, but not too much of a grump.
I've slept in worse.
I have not.
You can have my cloak. He takes off his lightning and thunder cloak.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Tyron's like, yeah, you can have my coat as well. Like, sort of.
It is soaking, sopping.
Oh. Oh, this is so nice. Thank you, everyone. Gonna just ring that out. Prestidigitate that for like an hour.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm seeing a cat cam right now.
That is all. That's blue.
That's allowed.
Yeah,
That's blue. Like, what's happening, Dad? You can see Tyron wring out his jacket, like looking at you, wringing it out, and go, I know it's damp, but a cover maybe. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
over here, like, and he goes and sits down by.
Are you sure? Are you not cold?
No, I'm okay.
Because we could huddle together for body heat.
He chokes. He always chokes. He's like, no, yeah, you hear his voice break. He's like, I'm just gonna, I'll keep watch.
I hear that really works. Yeah, the merchant and the baker, when she used to come over, yeah, they said they would get in missionary position. It kept them warm. That's what that is. You cuddle, you get together to stay warm. That's what he told.
Tart cannot hide her expression at all. She guffaws. Yeah.
Confused.
Mm.
Okay, that's what it's called.
Well, I could.
Yeah, y'all should do missionary position. It keeps you warm. I'm going to build a fire, though.
Vesh just causing the awkwardness in the beginning.
Vesh walks away and goes into the fire.
Blue, you can see, is actually gone and sat by Nevi. Well, not sat, he's crouched. He's not looking at Nevi. He's trying to poke the eagle out of curiosity. He's sort of like, and this eagle's letting him, you know, when like their necks move slightly as someone like pokes it, like with a chicken where the body doesn't move. It's that sort of motion. And he looks over at you and he's like, Emet, look. And he picks this eagle up, and like I said, you know, when you move the body but the head stays where it is. And Nevi's like, please stop doing that. It's my bird. Yeah,
Birds are weird, Blue.
they are. So are their owners. And like, Blue stands up and walks over to where Vesh is by the fire and starts to look for, like, he starts piling rocks in a little circle around this fire that Vesh is building.
I will also go by the fire.
Are you done with missionary position, Tart?
Yeah, we're going to move on to reverse cowgirl, but he's
I
tired.
haven't heard of that one.
Don't worry about it.
Tyrant is still like making weird noises from the pool.
I would give Vesh a high five, but it would be lost.
I mean, he's like,
So he'll be like, yay!
Woo!
Blue will then probably sit by the fire as well. Nevi slowly creeps towards the fire, like he's like shuffling back. And Tyron, after a while, he comes and sits down to dry off by this fire as it gets darker.
I'm going to make like pretty shapes with this sparks with prestidigitation to make myself feel better.
Yeah, you can just like do whatever you
Like
want.
music notes. I make like music notes. The song that was in the collector's house. That one.
Yeah, you can play it. You can either hum it or sing it at the same time. But the flames, as you all look into them, you can see them first actually look like the notes physically, and then they start to flicker and dance in time as Tart is humming or singing this song. And you can sit there, and after a while you hear Nevi start to snore. He seems to be pretty out of it, being thrown or whatever is taken out of him. And as it gets darker and darker, you're all bathed in a blue light. So you have a light. It's not just the light of the fire, but as you look up, the whole cave ceiling is dotted with fireflies.
That's just sort of kind of like dreamily looking up at them. Where is Emmet?
Emet is by the fire with all of you.
Sat down, standing up?
Standing up. He's standing up and his back is kind of to the fire. He's just looking around at their surroundings in the cave and up at the ceiling.
Vesh, having sat down by the fire, I think is kind of like leaning against Emet's leg because he might as well be a tree when he stands still. And so I'm sort of leaning on one leg and looking up at the fire, at the fireflies, and like, it's kind of like having like a whole new set of stars that you can draw pictures in.
Except this set moves faster.
Or are they stationary or are they moving?
You can see some move. They're not flying.
Gotcha.
But every now and then one does drop off of the ceiling and buzz sort of around. But it's not like you're surrounded. It's mainly just the ceiling.
Gotcha.
And then one or two every now and then. It's like they're moving positions.
Yeah. Yeah, you get kind of like a new patterns every little bit.
Could tell yourself a story.
Yeah. It's nice.
It is. So picture this fish. That one right there can be the giant.
Okay. I can see that, like where the little triangle and that piece is. The
Yeah.
three little stars, kind of like a belt.
Mm-hmm. And then that one over there looks like a lion.
Okay, yeah.
But what about this set?
That one over there, and I know it's because I got dragons on my mind, but I think that's a dragon. See how it's kind of like a curved neck right there? And then that one big one where they're like three all together, I think that's like the eye.
Perfect. So now we've got a dragon, a lion, and a giant.
And he looks around. Up over there. There's just 3 in a straight line, and then they come straight down, like kind of like 2 sides of a square. That's the Warforged. Did you see it, Blue?
Perfect.
And Blue sort of cranks his neck up. I see dots, lights, small bulbs, crystals. And he just starts listing off anything that glows.
We'll work on that. So what next, Emmett?
So what are they all doing?
They're looking for something. They're on a quest. They're all friends.
All together?
Yep. People who aren't normally together on the same journey, but something brought them all together.
I figured you were the lion.
I'm not eavesdropping.
You pretend to be asleep,
And they're all looking for something important.
What kind of important thing? A weapon? A shield? A place? A person?
Person. There's all those other things too, but at the end, the most important thing are the people.
Yes. That is very true, Ash. Matt will kind of unclasp his cloak since he knows that Vesh gave his to Tart and kind of let it fall back over on top of Vesh. So that way Vesh has something.
It falls down on him and he's like, thanks, Matt.
You hear Blue from the side, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's sort of wandered off, and you can hear him lose his count and then start again, and he moves to a different part of the cave. You see one of the flies move, and then he starts again as he follows that one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think sort of almost like counting sheep, it's starting to make Vesh's eyes very heavy. And right before he drops off, he sort of says up, I know you're not really my dad, Emmett, but it sure would be nice.
I don't know exactly what dads do.
Don't worry, you're doing it just right.
Then I will keep doing it.
Thanks, Emmett. Good night.
Sleep tight, though I don't know what that means.
Don't let the fireflies bite.
You can hear Tyron. He was snoring, and now you think the Blue's probably trodden on him on the way off. And you think, oh, and then you just hear that sort of slow release of breath, wow, as he looks up at all these fireflies. I've never seen them before. Anything.
You've never seen fireflies?
No, have you?
Yes.
Oh. They're really nice. He sort of looks up and around. Well, I mean, I never really left the castle before.
I was about to say, you don't get out much, do you?
No, I wasn't allowed. So, duties to attend to and all that, being the only son.
You didn't ever sneak out?
God, no.
Okay.
He looks like, wow. Like, well, you know, I could get in trouble. Or I could have done. I mean, now I'm allowed out, but there's just so much to do. My sister used to sneak out.
You have a sister?
Yeah. I don't know where she is. She kind of snuck out and didn't come back for a while. She used to sneak out a lot. And then she didn't come back. Something about Mum wanting to turn her into a lady or something, didn't agree with her. I don't know. But I get the odd letter every now and then.
Oh.
But she won't tell me where she is.
Eh.
I don't know if she thinks I'm going to try come and get her or something. She would not believe I'm doing this.
Does she know about your father?
I tried writing letters, but then I realized I don't really know where to send them. So I've written them. They've been sent somewhere. But otherwise, I don't know, if I'm honest. We were never super close. We were very different. I had to, you know, take over the house, take over all the bits and bobs, and, you know, train and all the normal things, and she got away with quite a lot, actually, until she came to the age where she had to, you know, either go off into the convent type thing, into a religion, or she had to go off somewhere else, and she wasn't having any of that. You couldn't make her do anything.
That sucks for her. I'm glad she got out.
I'm glad too, and I'm glad I don't know where she is. Not personally, but it means no one can steal my letters. I'm not very good at least about security and stuff like that. But you know, I don't want someone to find them and then try to find her.
What was her name, or what is her name?
Alia. She was nice. Still is nice, I think.
So, what will you do after we get back?
Well, first thing I want to do is find my dog.
Did his dog come with us?
The dog was left with Ivan.
Nice.
He's just like, I want to find my dog. And maybe not go back straight away. You know, I could be lost in the jungle for months and then turn up out of the blue.
Well, I'm sure he'll be fine. He's probably, you know, Ivan and the dog and River, they're probably all together.
Oh, I worry for Ivan more than the dog. He's not good with dogs, like, at all. He's really not good with animals.
He's good at chin-ups, though.
How many did he do?
I mean, I was, you know, ice skating on the water, but I saw like maybe 3 while I was still looking that way.
No wonder he gets all the women. Every time we go to a bar, like, he's the one who did make me sneak out. I snuck out once.
Tell me.
He put a disguise on me. It was terrible. He dyed my hair, in fact, and it didn't come out for weeks.
What color?
He said purple would be good, and he said it was a lot darker than it was going to be. And he said it would go with, like, you know, the blue, you know? It didn't.
Can I prestidigitate his hair like lavender? Like this?
Yeah, you can do, and he's just like, he sort of like looks down and puts his hair like, oh, yeah, exactly like that, in fact. And he sort of just pushes it out of his, like, eyes. Yeah, it was like that for quite a while. Mom was not happy, like, at all. And I was about 14, 15, and I punched a man in a bar and that caused a bit of a kerfuffle. So we had to leave, basically.
Well, that is an exciting night out, Tyrant.
Like, literally to him, that's the most exciting thing he's done.
No.
I had like 2 drinks, and then, well, Ivan, you've seen him. He gets some stick sometimes for being an orc, and I was feeling quite good. I was definitely bigger than the guy. I think his friend was a lot bigger. He said something horrible. I can't remember what it is now, but you know, that's just the usual. So I swung a punch.
Did it land?
Yeah, it landed. I broke his nose. That was the problem. That's when his
Ooh.
larger friend came over and broke my nose. So it was fairly even after that.
It healed very nicely.
Yeah, and you can like see a bump, you know, like the Owen Wilson nose, where it's got a slight kink.
Beautiful.
And he's like, yeah, that and lavender hair, purple hair, it just didn't go down well. And obviously, bloodied one of my favorite suits. So,
Tragedy.
it really was. It was a good suit. Like, as you can see him sort of dreaming maybe of the suit he once had.
Tart appreciates a good suit.
And he sort of sits there and thinks for a moment, like, I haven't been out since. Until now. I've been out now, you know.
This is definitely not dipping your toe back in the water.
No, but I like where this is going. I'm not dead yet. I'm not a fan of, and points over to Navi.
Why not?
It's just, he's a bit of an arse like that, and he can just say, I can hear you. Like, I know who you're pointing at. It's like just from, and he's just like,
I mean,
he always tries to wind me up. I mean, I know it's easy, but still, it's rude.
Well, it is a little fun to wind you up, Tyron.
Is it that easy?
I mean, if you're not going to be like artful about it.
Emet starts chuckling softly, and then kind of coughs. Just
Cyre looks back, like, really?
Warforged cough?
Yeah, this one does now.
Sound like a. That's awesome.
The imitation of it. And Tyron looks back. It's like, right. But this is fun. It is fun. It's terrifying, but it's fun. If I live through it, I will maybe go out again. You know, down the tavern or something. I'd like to. Just Ivan doesn't have a lot of time. They don't allow dogs half the time. I took one of the servants once. It was the most awkward encounter you have ever had. He thought he had to wait for me to tell him to speak or start a conversation. Well, he couldn't do a conversation at all. It was weird, but you know, and the captain would never go. He said it was improper. So yeah, it's just me and Pilot. You know.
Well, we'll take you out after this.
I maybe won't order the same drinks as you after.
Oh, it's okay. I'll order for you.
And he starts to look really awkward. He's like, well, the drinks we had at the tavern last time, they were nice. Maybe just like a little one, you know. Next time.
Like a shot.
I don't know what that is, but yes.
Great. We'll have like 3 shots.
Okay, I
They're
think I
small.
can handle. They're the small ones, right?
Yeah, they're small, so not as drunk.
Okay, I think I could handle that. Yeah, I think I could do that. Like, and he looks like fairly confident that he's like, yeah, I think I can do that. That would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah.
She reaches out and she like kind of like strokes or pats his hair. He's so sweet.
He's you know when like you pat a cat and it doesn't, they sort of go, oh, like he sort of does that, but then it's like, yeah, like, and is his hair still purple?
No, I turn it back as I do it.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah. Did you like it purple?
No, I like your hair. I like your hair how it is.
Okay, I like my hair. Like, and he sort of smooths it down a little bit. Like, yeah, I like my hair. Yeah, I like my hair.
Terrifying but fun. That's kind of like me too.
You are like, and he takes like a second. Fun, a little bit terrifying, but in a good way, like in an adventurous kind of way.
No, I know, that's how I like it.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, Vesh said your mum's pretty like terrifying as well, but I have a feeling it's not in the same way.
Oh no, you'll love her.
I will. Then I look forward to meeting her. I'm sure she's delightful.
We should get some rest.
Yeah, we should. And he sort of like lays straight back down, and he's got a smile on his face as he like crosses his arms and like tries to cozy down onto this rock that's there, like snuggling down. And thank you, Prax, for that minor magical item. And I'm going to roll it like we do a trinket thing. So same numbers as before, because I can't choose who gets it. 3, Vesh. You will get a minor magical item, but I am going to look it up.
Vesh is like just going to be crusted in little trinkets and minor items. But thank you, Prax. I appreciate it.
I will look one up that I can tailor.
98.
Oh, no, don't know. This is an actual magical item.
Oh, okay.
You're getting an
actual... Is it a D100 or is it a...
No. I'm going to find you a magical item from the list. So I will be having a look at that. Probably whether it comes in next week or the end of this week. But we'll find
before we go to bed, I think after everybody's kind of gone to sleep, except I guess Matt and Blue, Tart's going to go with her ring of water walking and like ice skate on the pool.
Yeah.
Before she goes to sleep.
Yeah, you can do that easily. Tyron watches for a bit, but you go in so many circles, he slowly drifts off. But is everyone else just heading to sleep?
Yeah, Vesh is was already asleep, I think.
Yeah.
he burnt a whole lot of magic really darn quick.
No, it was like crazy. I was like, I'm almost thoughts.
Yeah, I was gonna say he gonna need some sleep. So you can all sort of drift off and head to sleep. And the morning you're woken up as you can hear the birds chirping again. In fact, one, you can hear a parrot sort of fly down into the cavern, and for a brief moment the eagle starts snapping at it just to scare it off as it tries to pull at Nabby's like pack before flying off again. You gradually all can wake up. Blue sits bolt upright. He can't sleep. He's literally been laying down with his eyes open and has now sat upright. He's been mimicking what you're all doing effectively.
Next time, Blue, kind of like twitch your fingers and arms a little, like once every half hour or so.
like this, and he just starts like just moving his arms and fingers just here and there.
Yeah. Maybe like only one side at a time.
Does that make them more comfortable?
I have no idea. They just do that every now and again.
Oh, okay. And you can just see him start to like practice with one of his hands, like as he's looking down.
As we wake up, can Tart turn Nevi's mustache purple for a while?
You certainly can. You as he sort of wakes up, he stretches with his arms, and as you do, you can sort of wave your hand a little bit, and the rest of you will see this almost like lavender, like it's like the color just floods across every hair, and you see Tyron just like smirk from the corner of his mouth as he sat up, and he's like, "Morning, Nevi." Like as he's like, "Good morning," as he sort of heats himself up and not noticing, but Tyron's got one of those really stupid grins on his face now as that happens. How about Vesh? How is he awake, or is he just up?
Vesh does, the tall person stretch who's been sleeping sort of leaning against a tree. So, I mean, he's got to kind of get the kinks out, and he goes and sort of gets the fire going again, and looks at Nevi, then kind of sees Tarlin with his big not Tarlin. That's not Tarlin. Tyron sees Tyron with this big grin on his face, and then I look to Tart, because of course that's the first place I would look if
Tart is smiling evilly.
And I kind of look at Tart, and I kind of dart my eyes back over, and I dart my eyes to Tart. And he decides, if you do that, then he doesn't say anything. He sends mentally to Tart, goes, "It's not nearly as scary a mustache now, is it?"
Exactly.
But Tyron, you can see, doesn't take his eyes off it. Like he's packing up his stuff, like with just that smile on his face, like, come on, notice it. Like, I wish he had a hand mirror, sort of like, come on, I want to see this happen, sort of thing. And you can all pack up. And the fireflies, now you can actually see probably where they are, but it's so dull now that it's not really a glow. You've got the sun coming in. You hear that thundering of the waterfall. And you are here in this cavern. There is that sort of tunnel type place over to the far right, which you can see goes down into the earth.
So I guess follow the tunnely road. Follow the tunnely road. Follow the tunnely road. Follow. Sorry.
Thing is, Tyron is Toto.
Oh my god, he is Toto.
Tyron is Toto.
He just need the basket.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of, well, never mind.
I guess we should leave something for River. I mean, although I think she will just smell us.
Yeah. Vesh just goes over and just kind of like rubs himself against a wall.
Just like the bare necessities.
Yeah, that should do it.
Nevi, do you have any of that rather strong perfume?
Is that? And as you do that, you're looking at him. He turns around with a very serious face on, but you can't help with the purple moustache as he's like spraying himself with this, like, the puff ones that sort of, He's like, yes, it is expensive. And
River's gonna need to find us.
It's like, okay, and he just like points at the floor and squirts. He doesn't really know. You can tell this guy barely leaves this tavern, and he's used to probably being, he doesn't have a lot of money, but he's used to being put up in nice places.
In my mind, it 100% is Axe body spray. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It is exactly what that smells like, because
Yes,
he is
that's
so
amazing.
sleazy.
Oh, that's great.
He met surreptitiously like put the chalk that he was getting out to like mark back into his pocket.
Just draw an arrow. We went this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I guess
It's
that
gonna be
works.
like a
And that's so
labyrinth.
practical in this group. Of this.
Why would you suggest something that would obviously work? Why would you do that?
That's why I didn't do it. Just
We should do that though, like in the caves in case.
Like Nevi has started like spraying this like,
Perfect.
perfume around, and it is strong. Like you can really smell it. If anything, it's just gonna nose blind River at this point.
Okay, that's enough, Nevi. That's enough.
Like, too much, not enough.
Yes,
That is
well, I'm
just-
very hard to please. You should keep that in mind.
I am sorry.
Accurate.
I'm sorry. Like accurate. It's over there by the wall. And yeah, you've probably left so many signs for River now.
Definitely find us.
Definitely so many signs. Thank you. And if you want, you can head down the tunnel.
Let's do it.
there's only one tunnel, right?
There's literally one tunnel.
Okay.
Waste.
Can I like do I'm trained in survival. Can I do like a survival check or something just for trying to see if other people have been this way? We know that we're kind of chasing a guy.
Yeah, of course you can.
Ooh, 24.
Other people have been this way.
Hey, everybody, other people have been this way.
And on
Like
a
a-
24, you think they were here maybe 12 to 15 hours ago.
Oh shit, we're catching up, you guys. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, with the way the mist is in here and stuff, these footprints are like, I mean, like before we went to sleep last night, they were just like 8 hours in front. If they've stopped, we could be really close. They can only be like 8 hours in front of us.
Vesh, it's a few people. Is it a person and like a warforged?
Ooh, yeah, do any of the prints look like a warforged?
Okay, on a 24, you can see, well, let's be 4 sets of footprints. There are
Okay.
no warforged footprints here.
Okay.
You can tell, again, because it's a 24, I'd say probably you can see a woman's footprints. They'd look like just slightly more delicate, slightly smaller. And then another one set you think is male, but it's slightly more petite. And then 2 which are larger males. And you can see these footsteps, and you can tell by the larger footprints, they're definitely bigger because you can see their footsteps have sunk just into that sort of clay sort of material a bit further.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Who do you think it is?
What's that?
Kenneth, right? Isn't that who
Yeah,
it
yeah. What
is?
was that guy's name? I
Cole.
don't have my notes.
of course.
Cole Kenneth.
Cole Kenneth.
Well, okay. Off we go then, and you can hear the slight nervousness in his voice, but it's almost like that purple moustache has given Tyron that little boost. And Navi walks past and he looks at Tyron and is like, "What are you looking at?" and keeps going. And Tyron's like, "Nothing." Nothing at all. As they sort of stroll past each other. And you
He's
can
looking
start-
at your beautiful face, Navi.
It is beautiful. Like Tyron says, is like Navi's just like, thank
Ain't
you.
gonna lie, you're very handsome.
You're a handsome guy. We're just looking at you.
And he's like, I mean, I know, but what's with the compliments today?
We're just very nice people, Navi.
And he glares.
The fresh air is doing you good.
Yes, your complexion, it's so vibrant.
I do feel
Vibrant.
better. Like, you know, my hair feels a lot shinier and smoother now.
Yes.
Probably
Yes.
something in the water or the air.
The spring water.
Yes. I think that is it. And he sort of puffs his chest out a little bit, smiles, and he actually walks past Tyron just like, huh, and keeps going. And Tyron's like, just lets him go past.
I'm gonna walk by Tyron and give him a high five.
Yeah, he literally just high fives you and keeps going.
So as player,
This is player Jay.
as player, we gonna try to stealth this or?
No.
Okay, I'm just
No.
checking because
I mean, you can
Puppet.
try, but
Nah.
let's be real.
we've got a 450-pound Warforged and someone with a -2 dex score.
Yeah.
Not to
We
meta.
gotta hoof it.
And a smaller Warforged that copies whatever those two do.
Pretty
so,
much.
yeah. So,
Yeah, so let's sneak.
it's like that Scooby-Doo walk.
I swear the one stealth mission we did was perfect. It
Yeah.
was perfect. Nothing happened.
Yeah, in fact, Vesh tripped, but Tart caught
Yeah.
the vase. So,
Yeah. It was great.
my cat is not so stealthy.
But we're gonna run. Alice, we're gonna run.
You're going to
Yeah.
run down this corridor.
We're trying to make up time. We're trying.
Yep.
We're moving post haste.
Yeah.
You can sprint down this corridor. Every now and then you hear a crash and a bang where blue is not fully equal yet, and every now and again hits the wall. Tyron, like every now and then, like, God, like, and picks him. I want to see what you were. 14. Okay, you don't.
I think it's pretty probably because it's like somewhat slippery. So I think that you've
If
got
anything, you've balanced.
you kind of get this sort of that Vesh kind of is doing this mixture between walk, skate, slide. You know, he's used to being a little bit off balance his entire life. So this is like
You do this, and actually some of the way, like if you're in front, the others will see you. You know when you lose your footing, but you just skid like a meter.
Yeah.
Like every now and then you just sort of keep going. And you feel like you're running down here for maybe 5-10 minutes, and you can feel the temperature drop getting deeper and deeper. And the light behind you is fading, but there still seems to be light ahead of you. It doesn't look like you're running into darkness. And soon it opens up into this huge hall, like literally giant sized. The light is coming through what looks like almost earth and rock, where some of it's fallen away, and you've got some beams of light coming down into this great hallway. And you enter this chamber that, for those of you when you were in the dreaming dark, you saw the size of Vesh's giant there, and it's even taller than this. It looks like it would have housed these beings on a normal level more than anything.
Is it silent in here?
It's pretty silent. If anything, you can look up at the sides, and this is carved into the rock, this black rock, and there's pillars up either side, and there is also huge statues reaching the ceiling. It's almost as if these giants have been carved into the rock to make it look like they're holding up the roof. In this huge hallway, you see 3 thrones at the end of the hall, a door behind them, and a huge table. Like, if you walk past this table, you can't see the top. You can see the top from where you are, where you've exited like the tunnel, because there are steps down. But you know, if you walk past this, it's maybe 3-4 times the size of Imet in height.
Vash, is this like oddly comforting to you? Because it freaks me out. I'm very small.
Vesh has a big smile on his face. This is just, I think, again, it's kind of what he had always in his mind envisioned as being a home for him, among the giants. And so he is, I think there's a bit of peace that comes with him. And I think he probably would look inward a little bit to Olgora and just kind of, even though not be able to speak to him, just sort of see if there is any emotion or feeling that he's getting from within.
Can you roll a perception check for me, please?
Perception, or can I do insight?
Or insight, whichever you would prefer. 20. You're rolling high today.
I know.
I don't know what is happening.
The problem is I just got a feeling there might be some combat coming, and I'm worried about
Was it the shift in music?
Yeah, the shift in music, and y'all might want to have your spell slots.
That's for a different reason, I swear.
Uh-huh.
And as you sort of reach out to a girl, you get the feeling that he feels at home. And if you're wandering the room, you see a bit like in the other places, almost like a tapestry, but it's not. It's carved into the rock all the way throughout the room, again telling a story. If you approach any of the thrones, as you glide your hands over them, you reach the one on the right, and just something in you tells you this is his.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Okay.
It's like a sense. It's almost like for that moment, his hand is reaching through your hand, and he is... You get a sense of happiness that you're here, but also at the same time the sadness that he is not.
That sort of wistful,
like a longing
touch on an old, your old favorite chair. A ghost suddenly sort of being able to touch their old. Oh, this is...
Looks like we got a new friend.
This is where Ulgora sat. So if we're looking for where he's leading us, we're at least part of the way there.
Thank you for that Black Moon raid. Hello. Sorry.
Does there appear to be another entryway?
There looks to be a small door on the side. Now, this doesn't look like the size of a giant's door. This looks almost like the same size as all of you. You've got so basically you came in from the far end. There is the carvings and the tapestry all the way along the walls, weaving in between these huge giant statues. And on each of these statues, in their eyes are set gems. And at the end of the far room, you see the 3 thrones, and behind the throne is a huge, again, a giant-sized door. To the right is a more human-sized door, and you can guess maybe it's the servant's entrance. That's what it feels like, rather than something else.
this giant-sized door isn't like the door, though, right? It's not.
No, it's not the
Okay.
door. This just looks like it's
big
almost
door.
like it's a big ass door.
Do I see any footprints, or is this all hard?
No, this
Hard
is
floor.
stone. This is
Yeah, so
this
there's
is,
no
like,
footprints.
solid. Everything in here just seems to be solid stone. The table,
Okay.
the statues, the chair, like the thrones themselves. And you can see Blue has started wandering the room. He's looking up at the statues, sort of looking down at his own hands, looking up at the statues' hands, and starts to move them as if he's twitching slightly. You can see he's wondering exactly what they are. And he also starts to look at the carvings along the wall. He's just having a look, basically. And Tyron is just staying very close to Tart and Emet if Vesh has wandered to have a look, but he's looking. And Navi looks bored, if anything.
How?
This is Navi. He's interested in himself. That's about it.
I think also because I was asking, I think Vesh is examining the door for any sign, the big door, just to assure himself that it's not the door that just of, and sort of taking in. I think he's lost a bit in the moment of probably Ulgora's memories of this place, sort of almost mixing with his first impressions. So, I mean, I think if there's anything that Ulgora feels is interesting or sort of guides him to, he'll follow that. It might not be that there's anything, but he would sort of, he'd be sort of opening himself to any sort of that guidance.
Yeah, you get the feel, as I said, it's a very homely sort of feel and a longing to be here. As you walk past the other thrones, you feel almost a sadness, but like a missing of a friend.
Yeah.
And it's a sort of a missing of a friend, and you think maybe he sat in this hall often. That you maybe sat in this hall often, and it does seem to guide you towards the much larger doors as well. Sort of, this is the path for you to take, rather than anything else.
I think he'll point that out. I think our way is through the doors. I'm not sure if we should open these big ones. We probably can't, but the small door probably leads to the same spot, or we can somehow find our way to the other side.
That's probably a good idea. Definitely don't think that I could open that up.
You are our giant expert. Lead the way.
Vesh sort of at first was about to say, no, I'm not, or I'm not really, but then sort of goes, well, I guess I'm the best we have. So I think with some confidence, he goes walking towards the door to go lead the way.
Yeah, as you do see Blue lingers by this carving. And Tyron sort of stops and looks at him and is like, what is it? And you can hear hear Blue. She's like, a story of giants and dragons.
Emet will walk over.
Yeah, that Vesh would suddenly be like,
Oh, okay, we're going this way now.
Take your child. Thank you. And thank you. You can walk over, and it is deep set into this rock. This doesn't look like it's been exposed to the elements in any way, shape, or form, really, other than the light that seems to be breaking through this ceiling. And it's very much done in the same style that you've seen so far. In fact, the style is almost exact, as if it's been copied. But the story is different. The design is the same, and it doesn't move. It's not like one of the fancy tapestries where everything moves. This is set in stone. And you see giants leaving these temples in the jungle. And then you see them boarding a ship, traveling over sea and over water. And it's a very blocky, meta, almost Aztec-y sort of carving with very sort of static shapes. And you see them going over this ocean, a dragon looming overhead. And then as this happens, as you move around the wall, more and more dragons appear. And they return to the temples. They return to the jungles with these dragons. And this looks to be... This isn't a battle. This is two species coming together. And like they're collaborating, they're talking. The dragons are talking to the giants. They are learning from each other. The dragons seem to be gifting the giants with something. They gift them with, you can see carved, almost like almost childlike swirls and stars, which you could probably interpret as magic, giving it to the giants. And then something else. And as this happens, you see around the giant's feet small shapes. And by the ears, you can tell they are drow or elf. And they seem to be bowing down to the giants or doing their bidding and their will. And further around the room you go, after seeing the giants gift magic, the dragons gift magic to the giants, you see the giants passing this magic down to the drow and the elves as a gift to their servants. And it sort of heads on over to the next wall as blue follows it. And then you see a very crude drawing of a door. A door where two shields will fix and click together. You can see all the cogs, very small sort of like ridges carved in. And you see like a blackness, like a shadow. It's sort of drawn as one person, but it's meant to be multiple, flooding out of this door. And turning the land to ash. It shows death, people falling, armies falling to this darkness that has come from the door. You see giants falling, going insane. Some of them seem to be not being able to cope with what's going on, showing them fall. But then there's a small group, a set of five giants that seem to be carved all together in a group, all facing each other, creating something. You see that magic, that swirl carved into the rock again, those little stars. And in the next section, you see all five of them holding like an orb at the center. All of them, it's like it's hovering above their hands. And it's like an artifact. And you see just with one gesture, they hold it out towards this shadow, this darkness. And the darkness shy away from it, banishing them back towards the door. You see them split. The shadows split. One half disappears. The other half remains and walks or flees back through the door, banishing them from the plane that they were on. And then you see the dragons fly away. The giants return. And the drow and the elves start to just grow in number at the end of the tapestry.
So the shadows, some seem to go back through the door and some seem to stay.
It looks like they didn't necessarily stay. It looks like they were split.
Mm.
And it looks like if they stayed here, either they died, they either went back to the plane, or they walked. And they walked amongst the elves and the giants.
So is that or not correct?
I mean, again, player, us just talking about what we've seen. I mean, I think you had the ones that went through the door and the other ones that split, some of the Dalkior, the others to the Kalistari. Because we're all, that's the thing. I mean, the Kalistar and the Dalkior are all, the Kiori and the Dalkiori are all dreamers, dream beings, spirits of dreams. Some are dark and some are light. And perhaps the orb somehow, it banished some ran away, the other ones were split. Some making I mean, this is, I'm guessing, some making the Dalkior, some being the Dalkior who never, I guess, found a home. The others becoming the Kalistari people.
Mm-hmm.
That's my interpretation. But this orb, so that gives us a little bit of the reason of the Dalkior who are out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Why there's Kalistar. That's why we're already inhabited, so that's why we can't be inhabited by a Dalkior. The Kalistari can't be inhabited by a Dalkior. So the question is whether we need the orb to do anything, or perhaps need the orb if the plan, our crazy plan still is to go through the door to try to undo
the mist
of Cyre.
I just wonder if you were right in that we're just being lured to the door to open it.
I mean, he's got the other shield. I mean, I think no matter what, us and Cole Cannith are going to tangle. The question is
Tango?
Tango, yes. We're going to tango. And then depending if we end up with both shields. Either's going to end up with both shields or we're going to end up with both shields.
Oh, he's not ending up with both shields. You seen me? I have 2 guns.
That you're not proficient in.
I just need 1 more level.
The question is whether, I mean, who knows? The 2 shields. I mean, Vesh will just go, I think no matter what, the way is forward. We either get the shield, Cole's shield, and then we can decide. And if the orb is still here somewhere, perhaps that's a way for us to sneak through the door without anything getting out.
Can I see the shield?
Sure. Coink.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's big.
Alice, is this shield magical in any way?
We don't know because I don't.
I've never checked it out.
No
one's looked at it.
Okay. I don't have detect magic or identify, but can I just make an Arcana check to see if it's just giving off any kind of vibe?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you give it that.
Okay.
See what vibe it's giving off.
Give me a vibe. 22.
On
you
this,
vibing?
You don't necessarily think that it's vibing. You think it serves a purpose. What you can see... In fact, roll me a perception check, so it's not Arcana.
Cool. Yeah. 17.
On a 17, so this is a perfectly circular shield. It's almost like two... So you've got like a big, thick outline of colour, and then you've got a circle disc in the centre. Did talk to Jay, it's a bit like Captain America's shield, did not intend that.
Amazing.
But you can see where the centre is, it's raised slightly. Maybe it can be pushed in, maybe it can be pulled out. Something on this moves.
Interesting, because my next question was, is there a part of this shield that I can remove and then put back later? Like mechanically. Maybe Emmet could help me with this.
Depends, are you using strength? Are you using...
I was going to use my finesse because I'm very good with my hands.
Well, should we just push the thing?
I take a look at it. It does something.
This moves somehow.
You can see the, on an 11, you can see that it moves. You think it's to do with the center.
Yeah, I think maybe, you know, just in case he's like gonna like take the shield and run, if we have the parts between more of us, it might make it harder to snatch.
It's a good idea.
Thank you.
So we take it apart without breaking it, though.
Exactly.
Should we push the thing? Or move the thing? Twist the thing?
It definitely moves. I will use my very gentle touch to see which way it wants to go.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Please.
18.
18. On an 18, you think this is much of a, it's almost like a big, like you press it in and you're going to have to turn it the correct way, almost like a safe.
Do I think this piece would like lift out easily, or would that break it?
You don't think it would necessarily lift out just easily.
Mm-hmm.
But there might be something within it that you can take out.
Ooh, that would be cool. Like a little gear or something.
Do you want to be a mage or a fighter?
Yeah.
Would I have to push it in to be able to see that?
You would have to unlock it to be able to see that.
Huh.
You can roll another sleight of hand if you wish.
Oh, okay. How many rerolls I got? Let me check this overlay. 2, that's nice. Cool. I will. Yeah, this is fine. Natural 20! Natural 20! Jesus.
On a nat 20, you're literally like, and you just push in the center, and it's almost like what you can, with your finesse hands, you can feel exactly where the clicks are. You move it all the way around, you click it back, you push it in a bit further, and then a smaller disc in the center pops out, and you can pull that up. And as you do, it's like the shield itself goes into 3 tiers. And all around the edge, the main edge of the shield, all these like big sort of metal, sort of almost like chunks of a key pop out. And you can see on the inside small cogs, like in between the layers, starting to whir round. And you see all the sort of the ridges around the outside start to turn.
See, my hands are magic.
I believe it.
Tyron looks impressed.
That's
I guess I probably shouldn't have like jumped on this and ridden it like a sled down the stairs, huh?
You did what?
And,
Oh,
it's
no,
fine.
I would never do that. I never did that. That never
Nothing
happened.
happened when you left me in charge.
only good things happened, I assume, because you're very responsible, Emet, and I trust you implicitly.
That's right. This is fine.
Yeah.
Didn't touch at all.
We didn't get
Everyone's
separated.
together. Blue wasn't taken over. It's all good. It's fine.
I believe you.
You can.
Good
On that
God.
11, you called Matt out, and you got in a deep one.
Thank you, Wandering Silence, who is just gifting subs like, oh my goodness,
Oh,
thank you.
damn.
So everyone who has been gifted a sub, you are able to gift a
Hey,
reroll
stick
to
around.
someone
Might be able to
of your
teach you a
choice.
few
Thank
things.
you, Wandering Silence.
Thank you, Wandering. That's amazing.
That's
You
awesome.
rock.
Seriously awesome. Thank you. And you can see all these
you want
cogs
to be a
whirring,
mage
and then they
or a
stop.
fighter?
Like
I
they've
can show you how
reached
to
their
be a
destination
shield.
effectively. Like you think if this was in the door, then we've also hit our sub goal because of this as well.
Nice.
So more trinkets.
And I actually think the
So,
Brit
you want to be a
also
mage
gifted
or a
Wandering
fighter?
a sub
I
before
can show you how
then
to
Wandering
be a
started the chain reaction. You all rock out there.
Emet, you get a trinket. You get a
Oh,
trinket. You never get trinkets.
Good.
all right.
Vesh, as this shield moves, you can see something you could probably take off of it.
Cool.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say Vesh or did you say Tart?
Vesh.
Okay. So I looked at to Tart and go, so show me. Ooh, look at that. Got the 100. So I do you want me to take this part off?
Uh,
And then
we could-
Emma keep it or you keep
we
it
can do
or
it together, and I think I will keep it.
okay.
Because I can piece out, like, really effectively.
Yeah, you can easily take this off. And this is also a trinket. So it's like a small metal device which looks like it hooks into the shield.
Ooh.
And you can see almost like two little like ear horn type things that sit at the side of it, and it sparks lightning.
That makes sense.
Is it like the battery?
Oh, yeah.
You just pulled the Duracell out. Oh, you got 100, didn't you?
Yes.
Emet?
Yeah.
Okay. You, Emet, as you're walking around this room and just looking effectively, as they're sort of fiddling with this shield, you've seen it open, you can see them trying to remove the battery to take it out. You wander around, and between two of the statues, these huge statues, you notice something different about these two. The eyes in this one, the jewels are both clear. And in between these statues, it's like there's a hollowed out space. Not a room, because it's still within this room, but it's like a hollowed out space. And you see like a pillar or a stand, and there's something on it.
I will go up to it and inspect it.
As you walk forward, the giant's eyes start to glow.
You might pauses for a moment. It's like,
You
Like
hear a
service.
voice. You do hear a voice. Only you. You are worthy. You step forward. And it's like there's some steps leading up. And there is this urn. This sort of silver, or it looks like silver, it might not be. Very shiny sort of urn. Sort of, it's set The urn is in the shape in the head of an axe. The lid on the top.
I will walk up and I guess touch the urn.
Say what?
You touch this urn, and I need you to roll a perception check for me, please. From this, it's like something, maybe it's the statues, you're not too sure, maybe it's the urn. Something reaches out to you and tells you these are the ashes of a fallen warrior. A great fallen warrior. What do you do in front of these ashes? I love that.
Just slide her down off of your Zoom.
Ash would never.
Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing.
How big is the urn again?
The urn is about this big. It's wider than it is tall.
Emet will try to talk to the voice. It's like, I pay my respects to the fallen warrior. Good job, buddy.
Emet,
You
so
did it! Pat it on the side.
Yeah, just you served well, apparently. Good job.
As you do. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced this before, probably haven't, but it feels warm to you. It's warm to the touch.
And that Emet will start to like touch it more.
Mm.
Like, what is this?
I'm sorry,
What are you doing?
I'm watching Lauren's face.
Emet, what are you doing?
missionary position. It's warm.
That's right. I think this is missionary. Tart.
Missionary with the urn.
Blue is like, what are we doing? Like, it's
I
just-
don't know.
It feels weird.
Yeah, well, the first time does kind of feel weird.
Why has this become a thing?
Because Tall Squall is secretly
Yeah,
a
because
bad
Tall
influence. It's not me, it's him.
I am the paladin of the group.
You are not. You are not. You're a bad, bad paladin.
Squib.
I'm fallen. I'm an oathbreaker.
You feel
No, what are you doing with the urn?
Right now he's just fondling it.
Are you opening it at all?
Why are you doing that?
Yes. Yes, eventually he'll just pop the top open.
Yeah, and you can see what looks like an ash almost glittering within.
Emet will reach in and just be like, am I supposed to be doing this? I don't know.
Sir.
I don't know what I'm
It's
supposed
not
to
like a magic trick. You can reach in and you feel like these ashes and they sort of run through your fingers. And you feel just slightly empowered by this.
Emet just kind of like runs his hand through the ashes a couple times. Is like, fleshy beings are weird, and then just pops the top back on and walks away.
You can do that.
Do what it do, what it do.
It cursed him.
No! Empowerment. It's on 100. She rolled 100. Ashley rolled 100. It's got to be something cool. Even if it's bad, it's going to be something cool.
That's true.
So true. Okay, well, if we see any more urns filled with ashes, maybe don't stick your hand in it or any part of your body in it, okay? Okay.
It said I was worthy. It was.
Sorry, what? The urn said you were worthy?
Something did.
Emet, I don't
Are
think
you
get
doubting that
mad
the
at the
giants
group
didn't
like
think
this.
Emmet was worthy?
What?
Are you thinking the giants didn't think Emmet was worthy? I think Emmet's worthy. And Ulgora thinks Emmet's worthy. What, don't you think Emmet's worthy?
Fondling an urn filled with ashes?
You guys are weird. You stuff things into your little holes, and then you sleep every night. You guys do weird things. Okay?
Were you spying? Never mind.
You do this all the time in front of me. You call it
don't.
eating and drinking.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
What
I
were you
just love
thinking,
that.
Tart? I was thinking eating and drinking.
I was thinking of missionary position.
But that doesn't involve that. You don't eat in a missionary position.
Nope, you definitely don't. I mean, that's a no.
Tyron has
I was supposed to
walked
eat
away.
the ashes. That would you're supposed to. Missionaries eating the ash of the worms.
Nope. I want to go. I want to find Cole Kenneth. I want to fight him. I feel like I should give you this, although it kind of defeats the purpose of taking it out and separating it from the shield, but I'm going to give it to you because it's on lightning. Just put it in, your pocket.
Tyron has walked away, by the way, as soon as that conversation
Why?
started.
Why?
He's never been out. He's never been out of the palace.
I didn't think it was weird, Emmett.
Actually, I kind of felt it was weird. I don't really know what's going on, but thank you. Thank you, Bash.
Well, I mean, we're kind of in a place where the giants used to live, and I mean, Ulgora sort of talked to me too, and I was up there remembering his chair. Maybe it was just whoever that was saying, "Remember me."
I don't remember him.
Well, but you don't have to remember him. Just remember of him that, hey, your story's not forgotten. You did a good job.
Okay, Bash. I will not forget that he did a good job.
There you go.
The whole time Emmet's thinking, I don't actually know this guy's story, so okay.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's a little bit of a problem if you don't know his story. Well, maybe it'll make your beard grow better. I don't know. Giants had great beards.
Perfect.
You feel just better. You feel more positive. And please add 1 to your wisdom permanently.
Ooh. See what happens when you fondle urns and ashes start.
It means you've had more experience. You've been around the block, bud.
Exactly.
You got them street smarts. You fondled an urn.
That goes on a t-shirt. That's so bad.
Oh, this is why you don't let the three of us just.
This is why we need River.
This is why we
give us things.
Because otherwise we just run roughshod.
Oh my goodness. Tart is going to give the little lightning thing to Vesh. Because I don't want to deal with it, but it maybe will still be okay because it's not in the shield. And they'll be like, oh, is there a piece missing? Oh, we don't know where it is. That's my impression of Cole Kenneth, who I have never met.
That's about right.
Is he dashing? Is he handsome, evil?
I mean, yeah, I guess sort of, but I mean, just because he was rich and was well dressed and on a horse, which is kind of dashing.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a Warforged. It was my first Warforged I ever saw, so that was kind of cool. I don't know. He was
cool. Okay.
He was pretty cool. He
Great.
gave me a dagger.
Yep, that you gave away.
Well, I had to get on the airship somehow.
Uh-huh. Tart's going to give Vesh the thing, and then she's going to walk over to the small door, like,
As you walk over to the small door, it opens.
good.
It opens before you, just as you're about to put your hand on the hand.
I was about to fondle that doorknob.
There's no wisdom in it for you.
Here, I'll teach you how. I've experienced with this now.
He is
Tart's
lying.
already gained all the wisdom she can from.
So why?
Yes, please tell me there's a monster behind it, Alice, please.
Yes,
No.
please.
In
Let there be.
fact, you see what you can only tell is an elf from the ears. Otherwise, there's this sort of that's wearing a hat that looks to be knitted, and these huge glasses that look almost like owl-like glasses with a green sort of sheen over the lenses. This person is covered in like heavy sort of warm clothes. It's hello. Are you here for your friends?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Ah, God, how many we never get visitors? And you see, like, you can see this has opened up into like what looks like a kitchen, bedroom sort of area.
Giant-sized or our size?
Oh no, like elf size.
Yes, we would love to see our friends. We got a little behind because of a thunderstorm.
Oh, that's okay. I think they did too. And she pulls up like these glasses, these sort of big owl-like. They look like they've been based on the eyes of an owl. And she's like, that's better. And you can see just dirt underneath her eyes. And she's like, I can take you through if you want.
Cool.
Okay, come on. Like, and she just sort of starts trotting and walking.
I do this behind me.
Yeah, she literally just starts with, and Tarlen's looking at you like, not Tarlen, no, I'm saying it. Tyron. Tyron's looking at you like.
Emet will lean over to Vesh and be like, dwarves seem to be very lonely. Everyone we've met has been lonely and surprised to see us and excited for the company.
That was an elf.
Oh.
I know, we all look alike.
I don't want to say that. Not you though, Vesh. You're like.
I know. That's
easy.
Yeah. I guess we should follow Tart or before she gets into trouble.
No, I don't need your help.
Tyron's like keeping close to Tart, like it's like as they go along, and you can see Navi like stretching. He's like, "So, how long have you been down here?" Like, and he sort of looks like he's gonna put an arm round her shoulders, and she just turns round and just literally slaps it down. It's like, "So, how long have you been walking down here for?"
Oh, just a little while. Like I said, we got kind of separated from our friends because of the thunderstorm. But we were just looking around, not touching anything, being very respectful.
That's okay. They're over by the trials, so I'm assuming that's where you're headed to.
The trials.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
This person, you can tell, is like the opposite of Tyron. He's obviously not been out, but is very happy about it and seems very confident.
Cool.
I whisper over to to Emet. You know, you're right. Everywhere you've been, they've always been happy to see us and just take us right to where we need to go. They need to get some training from Tart, don't they?
Yeah, although it's very handy for us.
I'm a fan.
You hear from the front, okay? Where's my job?
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
I saw you at a kitchen.
Yeah, I do. You know, just enough to fit little old me in.
Do you cook?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Did you cook for the Giants?
Oh no, I've never met the giants. They were gone long before I got here.
Oh.
My mum did though.
That's so cool. And then Vesh just sort of starts thinking about them, her knowing, or her mom knowing the giants.
Tart is not telepathic, but she keeps like turning over her shoulder and giving Vesh eyes like, talk to me.
What, Tart? Hi, Tart.
I think she knows.
Mentally.
Yes.
Mentally. Hi, Tart.
Hello, Vesh. I would just be prepared in case Colcaneth is here and he wants to fight.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, as soon as I see him, shoot him with a lightning bolt, be prepared, or... Well, because sometimes you like to be subtle. But
Right. We'll say hi and we'll see like what expression is on his face. We'll be like, surprise, motherfucker.
And you hear at the front the voice going, please refrain from fighting, cursing, or anything to sort of an aggressive all sorts before you enter the trials.
So trials, like a test?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what you're here for, right? We haven't had anyone in at least 300 years now.
This is gonna be so bad, you guys.
Tart, are we here for the trials?
We're here for our friends, our 4 friends.
Okay.
It's just down this way. And she sort of turns into this pitch black, like, passage. You can't see anything. Come on in. And she starts walking and she's sort of slowly disappearing into this darkness.
Start stretching.
It's
It's going to be so bad.
Can you see all right? Like, sort of looks back at all of you and sort of...
Gosh, can't see a thing.
I'll light up my fingers.
Oh, well, I don't really need this. And she sort of takes off the big owl sort of mask and your magical item.
Oh,
Vesh.
yes.
These huge sort of metal owl eye-like goggles with green lenses. And you can even see a small metal beak that protrudes out the bottom.
I knew what those...
I don't need them. It just gives me extra, so I've got another pair somewhere.
Vesh starts doing this number and then puts on these giant, like, big old lady owl glasses and looks to Tart and goes, am I dashing? With my bowl cut and these giant green owl glasses.
Tyron looks at Tart just to wait for the response.
Yes. You're very dashing.
Thanks.
Beautiful, even. Like, you can see him roll his eyes, and because he can't see either, sort of crashes into the wall at the side and tries to correct himself before walking down. And you can hear, come on, hurry up, haven't got loads of time. And she's almost like skipping along.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Here we go. Let's go. Let's do it.
So, haven't seen any Warforged for a long time. What are you doing here?
Here for 4 friends.
Like, are you their companions? Are you their, like, bodyguards? Or what are you?
Oh, I'm that one's bodyguard.
Oh, that one?
And possibly that one's dad.
And as, like, you point back and don't look, I'm guessing it's actually Vesh and Blue stood next to each other, and they both... It's like, I didn't know Warforged could be that. Each their own. That's very sweet. And why is the other Warforged here? Just out of curiosity, I've never seen one like that. He's a bit dinky, isn't he?
He's perfect.
I didn't say he wasn't perfect. I'm just saying he's dinky.
He's exactly the size he should be.
Oh, okay. Wow. Like, and this elf is just...
He literally just said... This is my child. Why don't you go and insult them?
Dinky means cute. That's not... And like this elf is like, okay, subject, and it starts to keep walking down this path, and you can feel yourself getting lower, and finally it's actual steps. It's not like you're just going down a hollowed out tunnel now. And you walk down these steps, you hear she sort of hums down, and it opens up into this first room, and the floors are tiled in blues and greens, and just in this almost like a mixture of a swirling shape with also the what you can imagine these parrots, these birds that seem to be flying across it. And there's some crystals lit up on the water. Right, okay, I can't go any further. You go straight through that door, and then there's another room, and then there's another door, and your friend should be on the other side. If you need anything, just yell. Don't do it wrong, because you don't come out the other side. Okay?
Don't do what wrong?
Trials.
So, okay, if you had like a word of advice for like people going into the trial, like what would it be?
Be honest with it. And them in there. Always be honest. Look, if you're good people, I'm sure you'll be fine. And she's like she's actually quite small for an elf, and she's looking at you like beaming. You seem nice. Tyron's leaning over to Emmett. He's like, "Are we good?"
Well, one time Vesh said no, and then I think he said yes. But then he might have said no again, so I'm kind of confused on that point. I think yes. Yes.
Okay. And then he sort of stands back to the side and watches Tart. And Navi walks over and is like, well, I'm very good. So, you know.
Uh-huh.
It's
Okay.
witchcraft. Like, he sort of looks at Ty. It's just going to be witchcraft, and, you know, that heebie-jeebies is not going to be real. And the other's like, well, actually, I wouldn't say that in front of the trial.
She's got very good ears, Navi.
I've been here a while. I hear everything.
What did our friends say anything like interesting before they went in?
Interesting how?
Like anything that was like, oh, that's interesting.
They seem pretty interested in the carving on the way in. You know, they've spent quite a lot of time in there. No, they just seem pretty set on going to the trials.
So like, okay, like one last thing. If you could give like an elevator pitch for the trials, what would it be?
You're nice people, I'm sure you'll be fine. Just
Okay.
don't lie to it, because it knows.
Uh-huh.
It already knows the answers.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then if you're worthy at the end, you get the prize, I guess. That's what they were calling it.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well.
Like, she gives you a really hearty slap on your back. She's like, you'll be fine.
I know, but maybe our most worthy person should lead the way. Emmet.
Oh, me. I thought, okay, yes.
Yes, remember?
Yes, I am worthy. Matt starts walking forward.
I'm gonna go with Emmet.
Yeah, she's like, I'll see you later. And like just gives you like a little salute and starts like walking back up the
So about the kitchen and dinner as he walks off.
He's like, I'll have something ready for you if you come out the other side.
Oh. I turn back around. We better win because dinner's on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's important to Vesh.
How do we win?
We be nice. We be good.
Okay.
We be honest.
Tart looks like she's gonna throw up.
I love our group.
And Tyron is looking. He's like, "Are you alright?"
No. I'm
Why?
practicing. See, I'm being honest.
It's okay to be scared. I'm terrified most of the time.
Uh-huh.
You'll be fine. Look, you're a trustworthy person. You've been kind to me. You always tell the correct, it's... I trust you.
And the whole party just look to Tyron and just be like, I kind of picture that scene out of Frozen where he's singing about summer. And everybody's just like, don't you dare.
Sweet, innocent Tyron.
Yes, Tyron.
But Tyron sort of takes your hand and he squeezes it. He's like, come on, I believe you. You've got this. Good. And he starts to walk forwards.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm heading towards where the elf pointed.
Yep. You go through the first door, and it's sort of a very similar floor to begin with, like the mosaic tiles and everything are there, but there are some statues in here. There are some statues of what looks to be drow, dressed and ready for battle. Are you just striding through this room, or?
I mean, I wouldn't call it striding.
I would look at the statues again, just because of the statues having given us so much information in the last room and the carvings.
Yeah.
So at least take a look.
Yeah, go roll a perception check for me, please.
Perception. Ooh, an 8.
On an 8, you see a statue.
How many are there?
There's like 4 either side along the back wall where the next door is, and they're all in the same position. The only difference is maybe there's like different tweaks to their armor, which you could probably decipher as whether it's rank or what they were trained in.
Mm-hmm. And they're elf-sized?
Yep. Elf-sized. Just on like a pedestal.
Do they all look like warriors?
They all seem to be warriors. Some of them have bows, some of them have swords, some of them have rapiers. Like, there's a mix.
Emet keeps walking. He kind of slows down a little, but shoulders are still squared, head is still forward.
Yeah, Tart will start moving.
Okay. Are you going through the next door?
Mm-hmm.
As your hand touches that door handle, you hear that scrape of stone, and all the statues' heads turn to look at you. But you can walk through the door.
Emet, do you want to open the door?
Do I want to open the door?
Yes, you should do it.
Vesh turns to the statue and goes, "Hi!"
And
So
as
they all turn towards us.
as you do, the eyes blink.
Hello? Are you alive?
Silence.
He reaches out with his psychic, Kalashtar, just to sort of see if... Hello, I'm Vesh.
Silence.
I think they might just be watching.
To see if we open the door or not? That's weird. Emet will open the door a little bit wider, but not actually looking at the door, looking back at the statues.
Okay. we've also hit 20 retweets. So roll. Let's have a look. I didn't type anything. Hang on. 2. Everyone gets one. Heart, please roll for me.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Roll another 100. Like.
Okay, I would love to. Oh, cool.
Oh, there you go. Like, halfway. Oh, okay. So, Tart, as you sort of unnervingly look back at these statues, on one of them you see something around their neck. Something you can see, like, on a piece of, like, leather, a small whistle. Looks to be painted gold.
Cool, that's very pretty. Time to go through the door.
You're not going to take it?
Do you point it out to Vesh?
Probably. I'm very paranoid.
It's a whistle.
Yeah, it's a whistle.
No, I'm saying it's a whistle. Vesh would be all about something that makes noise.
Vesh, what are you doing?
Yeah, Vesh, if you pointed out to Vesh, it'd be like, it's a whistle. We might need it. We might need it for the trials, you know? Like when you're in like all the people that the big stadiums.
Uh-huh.
And you blow the whistle
Uh-huh.
when the game's over.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it.
Oh, let me come with you. Okay. Gonna hold his arm.
Lewis just watching from the edge.
Hello.
As they get closer, Emet opens the door just a crack more to see if the statues move.
Nothing changes.
Mr. Statue, do you mind if we use that whistle?
He doesn't say anything. Jake.
Yep.
I wait for the sweet embrace of death.
You can take this whistle down, and it looks to be not made of metal, but of a wood, like a wood you've never seen before. And it's like it's got some like almost like it's got 3 holes in it, like you could play a tune, but it's painted gold. It's like almost goldy wrapped around it.
So cool.
It's a tricky whistle. You have to like play it. You're a musician. I hand it to Tart. You should blow it.
Maybe not right now.
Well, now or maybe to start the trials, and then at the end, and
victory whistle.
Yep, victory whistle. I'll put this around my neck, never taking my eyes off of this statue, and then back away.
Fresh waves at the statue. Thanks.
Are you going into the other room?
Yes, get me out of here.
Wait, are we done? Are we done stealing things from the statue?
Oh, look who's talking.
I didn't steal the ashes.
No, you fondled them.
Yep.
You walk into the other room, and as the door closes behind you, you hear that stone again, and you can only assume it's the statue's heads correcting themselves as you've closed the door. You see ahead of you an archway that leads into more rooms, but this room has like a fog or a mist, like a green mist about it. Before you stands what looks to be, you can only describe as a shadow. There's not full features, but you can tell it's human, or was human. You're not too sure. And it seems to see you as it comes in. The 5 people stood in front of it, talking to it. And the shadow looks at you and goes, "Oh, are you here for the trials?" And as that happens, the 5 turn round. 4, you don't seem to recognize. But the 5th, Vesh, your mother, stands at the doorway. And that is where we will leave Eberron this week.
I don't like you, Alice. My mom.
It's like, oh, hi, Mama.
Not Tart's mom. Oh, yeah. I don't know it, but you know it.
Vesh, you see your mum.
Yeah, no, because I don't know what Tart knows.
No one knows what Tart knows. That to you, to Emet, to the rest of them is your mum in the flesh. So we're gonna go round.
I don't like you.
I know.
I don't like you, but I love you so much.
It's the love hate. I'm getting it. But we're going to head around, say our favorite bit, say where we can find you and all those shenanigans, because we will, Lauren and I, be sprinting over to Tales from the Grim for Lady Blackbird, where I'm pretty sure she's going to do the same for me very soon.
No, I just saw the clip posted by Patel. I was like, what? Typo. Okay.
Oh.
Reaction.
Oh.
The reaction to touching the whistle.
It's just with all the talk that's been going on.
Oh, today? Yeah. Whew, okay.
Okay, so first of all, let's head over to Ash, or Phoenix of 89. Hi, Ash.
Hello, everyone. Geez, favorite part. Oh my gosh, I've got like 5. I don't know if I can choose. Okay, I'll just go with the simple one, so that way it'll leave more for other people to choose from. The cannonballing with a tiny Vesh and a tiny Blue.
Baby Vesh and baby Blue.
Because that image is just beautiful and hilarious. And I can remember my dad would do that with us when we were tiny. So it was perfect. I did enjoy that a lot. And then, yeah. Wow, that was a good game. That was a good ending.
Where can we find you?
I am Phoenix of 89 on Twitter and Twitch, and I'll be back here next Monday. For right now, this is the only stream I have going on.
Awesome. Thank you. And now we're going to hop over to the lovely Tool School, who hates me but doesn't.
It didn't like. I love you. Oh my gosh. I'm the same way. It's like we should not be left unsupervised. Let's just leave it. We really should not be left unsupervised. I know Geeky Tea Party was having a baby, but
Yeah, we'll let her off. Congratulations, by the way, Kim.
Yes. But yeah, we shouldn't be left alone unsupervised.
Come back.
I think probably the fact that Vesh got to start all of the shenanigans with missionary position getting warm. Because anyway, you can find me as Tall Squall all over the interwebs. And if you want to come see me be evil to my party, come join me on Saturdays at 2 p.m. over on my channel, as we are entering into sort of a very kind of dark horror psychological part of our campaign. And the nice part is it's all but going to be a little standalone arc. So if you don't know the entire story of the Vice, which is my campaign, you can hop in and watch these next 10 or so sessions, however it's going to last, as we explore one of our player characters' hometown, which is turned into something quite different now. So I had a blast. That's me.
Perfect, thank you. And last but not least, Lauren. It's gonna hurt me so much in
oh no. Oh no, this is so bad. It's so bad. Oh no.
It could be a nice little family reunion.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. Oh no. My favorite part was everything before that happened. No. Ash fondling the urn was choice, as was missionary position.
I'm sorry, I've just seen some of the raid cries. One of them is, "You fondled an urn?"
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
I like that one. I fully support that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, cool. That's all I have to say about that. I have to think about my life choices for next week. I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. I play games around the internet with my friends. I play in 2 games here on the Scratticus Academy and 2 over on Off the Table. And I'm part of the team behind Tales from the Grim with Greg, Kiana, and Dawn. And I'm running a Lady Blackbird campaign right after this called Wobbly Yonder that Alice is in. So we're going to be heading over there while I try to recover. Yay.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'm White Rabbit Pick. That's where you can find me on Twitter. I do photography stuff as well as being on this channel 5 days a week. And when I'm not on this channel, I'm over on Tales from the Grim, both in this fabulous Lady Blackbird campaign and also the Highlander Cypher System campaign, which I'm super excited about. Other than that, check out all the links in chat. And I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Bird in the Storm. So please go and check them out and go and check out their merch as well. And also Mageham Press, who created the Dark Matter Alpha, and some others that we will be bringing to the channel next season, which I'm keeping under wraps. So other than that, we're now going to go and raid Tales from the Grim. Azoran and I go and sprint over to Tales from the Grim for Lady Blackbird. So thank you, chat, so much for being in here. We appreciate the support all the time, but go in there and just send all the love that way and yell as our raid cry, "You got them street smarts, you fondled an urn." So, let's just give that to Greg. I feel he deserves that. So
He'll appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell him what it means either. So yeah, other than that, keep evoking emotions, guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.
Hey, stick around.